Let's go quote some breezeways. All right, guys, so we're about to go do that apartment complex quote. But before that, if you guys are watching these videos and you're getting any value from it, whether it's a sales or marketing idea that's helping you close more jobs or increase your profits, whether it's something that makes you more efficient in your processes, hit that subscribe button for me. Not only does it help the channel, but it lets you get notified every time we put out a new video. So I got a call from the apartment manager of this complex asking for a quote on the breezeways. I set up an appointment and I'm about to walk into the leasing center right now where I am hopefully going to find out exactly what it is that they want. Is it the ceilings? Is it the walls? Is it the concrete? What kind of time frame are they looking at? All of these things come into play and are going to help guide me in how I quote this job. So I'm about to walk in and then we're going to go walk the property. All right, so it's not as windy in here. So anytime we are doing quotes on apartments or breezeways, there are several things that we like to look at, which will determine how we price this and how long it's going to take. So we're dealing with hardy plank, which is okay, but as you can see, there are lots of bugs, cobwebs, spiders' nests, dirt daubers, all over this. So this is actually going to be pretty time consuming to do the interiors of all of these. The concrete is surprisingly not that bad. So each of these buildings has 3 floors and 2 breezeways. And it looks like they are interconnected, obviously. So one thing that I always do when talking with the property manager or the folks at the complex is ask for a map, and they have provided the map. There are 18 buildings on site, 10 of which have breezeways. The 10 that have breezeways are 3 stories, and they have 2 breezeways each. They are looking to get this done this month. They were planning on taking care of it first quarter of 2021, but apparently management has decided that it needs to be done sooner than that, and I agree. If you guys watched the last video, you'll remember that there was some issue with the ceilings, and we did not do this. Just so everyone's clear. But always document any kind of issues that you see. One thing to think about when you are doing apartment complexes is you need to mask and bag or cover in some way the fire alarms, because when they get wet, they go off. And we've done that numerous times, and it certainly slows things down. The steps are pretty gross. We'll need to hit this with a degreaser and surface clean. So this is the second story, same deal, interconnected. It's getting windy. There is a storm heading this way. These do not look fresh. Those are stains. That is a shame. Don't know if it's picking it up, but there are tons of spider nests. And those are always a fun thing to clean. So the concrete is not too bad. You can see where people leave their trash. One of the main things you see at apartment complexes in the breezeways, at least on the concrete, is stains from leaking trash bags. Very common, because you don't just go throw it in the trash can outside your door. you have to carry it down to a dumpster somewhere. A lot of the places have companies that come and pick them up, but you just leave it outside and it drains and leaves these nasty stains, and they are a bear to get up. So of course it's raining. So I'm gonna go walk a couple other buildings to make sure that they're basically in the same condition, and then we'll talk about how we're gonna price this thing. All of the buildings look exactly the same. It's the exact same floor plan, same layout. So there's 10 buildings. Each have got 2 breezeways, 2 staircases, 3 levels. So I'm guessing it's gonna take about 2.5 hours per level. Throw in the staircases, 4, 6, probably about 1.5 buildings a day per guy. So that's how I'm gonna quote this thing. That's my best guess. Based on the knowledge, the experience that we have, based on the equipment that we use, I'm thinking that's about right. So I'm gonna quote it accordingly. We've got our hourly price that we tried to target. So I'm gonna get back to the office, I'm gonna work on these numbers, and I'll let you know how it goes. You guys will notice that I very rarely talk raw numbers because there are so many variables when it comes to quoting. Your location, the time of year, how busy you are, how big you are, all of those things come into play, and that's why I never give out numbers. But what I do talk about is the time it's gonna take and kind of the process that I go through when considering how I'm gonna quote something. So it's October 29th, and traditionally over the past 20 years, between Thanksgiving and January 1, we see things slow down a little bit. We still have consistent business. This is Savannah, Georgia. We have great weather all year round, so we're not slowed down because of weather. We're slowed down because people are doing other things. They're focused on other things. They've got Christmas lights up and they don't need water splashed on them. So that's something to take into consideration. I talked to the property manager and she said that they were gonna get it done first quarter of next year, but apparently upper management said it needs to be done in November. That's awesome for us. That gives us some information that we need in order to quote this aggressively because I want it, they need it done. They're obviously gonna get other bids. We're not the only one in town. So when I quote this, I'm gonna quote it aggressively, but I'm gonna quote it obviously to make money. So we've got 10 buildings, 3 stories each, 2 breezeways each, and then 3 hallways in each building. For this, I'm gonna think about how long it's gonna take. Now you saw the spider webs, you saw the floors. We're gonna be degreasing. We're gonna be using sodium hypochlorite on the walls and the ceilings to help get rid of all the nastiness. The degreaser for the stains on the floor, there's cost there. I've got a pretty good idea. We do a tremendous amount of work in apartment communities, so I know how long this stuff takes. So I'm gonna throw some numbers out, see what comes back. Hopefully we get the job. I'd love to hear from you guys and tell me what you think your price would be on something like this. I'll throw up the map, or I probably already did throw up the map to show you guys the scope of what we're looking at. But definitely leave a comment below. Tell me what you would quote on this job. Let's see across the country how different we are in pricing. Guys, I really appreciate you guys watching. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, help us with that YouTube algorithm because it definitely helps us. So as always, thanks again. Have a great day.